Yeah, come on. Oh, there we go. All right. So technical difficulties out of the way. Trying this again because technology hates me sometimes.
It hates
I'm
everyone.
here with the
Don't take
Real
it personally.
Manos once again.
Hello, everybody.
Yep. So this time, so we're going to be here riffing a new movie. We've done this before with two really bad movies because, and we kind of needed a better movie, a more fun movie
Yes.
this
Yes.
time around. And because Frankenstein Island, good God, that almost killed me.
Absolutely rough stuff. It can be challenging to riff. Oh boy, especially off the cuff. Like if maybe like the riff track screw, we had time to write riffs and jokes. That would be different. But oh boy, just going in is, man, that's rough stuff. Oh, I think you're froze. Oh man, again? Boo.
Oh God,
All
this
right.
is yeah. I'm just gonna go. Like, we can't do. We've done this like twice, people. We're so professional on this channel.
Yeah. Can
So
you
yeah,
edit these things?
not well.
Yay, me too. I'm terrible at editing. God, I fucking hate it.
Yeah. So the movie we're going to do is House on Haunted Hill today. A much better film than the
Yes.
past two. Although Alligator People was stupid fun.
It was stupid fun.
Frankenstein Island, I wanted to just die after that. But yeah, so this time around, we're going to be doing the classic in public domain, Vincent Price classic, and we're going to have a lot of fun. So, Manos, are you ready?
Yes, I am, Mr.
So so to everyone else, we'll leave a link in the description box below where you can watch this movie. You can literally watch this movie anywhere on YouTube, honestly.
Yeah.
Thank
you, public domain.
Yeah. Now, just because this also is a movie where it's like, just because it's public domain doesn't mean it sucks.
Yeah, there's a number of good movies. There are actually quite a few good movies out there in public domain. And we'll probably get to them. I would like to go back and forth in doing completely shitty movies and good ones.
I feel like we should do too bad, too good.
Done.
Yeah. Anyway, so if everyone's ready, Manos, are you ready?
I am ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Oh. Forgot to click on the movie.
All right, now you ready?
Oh no. Okay. I'm like, yeah, I'm ready. Just blank screen. Like, oh, yeah. All right, I'm ready. Ready?
Ready. 3, 2, 1.
All right. Allied Artists. Let's see, Allied Artists was basically, that was something Corman had put together with a few other creators. And it was the attempt, by the way, say what you will about, say what you will about like Corman, like he really was very big in creating like an independent uh, place for
Yeah,
creators.
yeah.
And I
Well,
dig
this
his
was William.
opening.
This wasn't Corman. This was William Castle.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Well, Allied Artist, he had a hand in creating that.
oh, that's right. You're right. Sometimes I forget that Castle and Corman did work together.
Yeah. Oh,
I love also this. I love this intro too.
it's so good. You know, what was that Cartoon Network show called Clarence? They did a parody of this opening.
Yeah, they did a
One of their
legit
episodes.
yeah. I think that's the same episode where they did a horror parody of like at the end, one of the characters parodies the end of Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's so great. I love that show, and it's so underrated. But yeah, I think when the second head came up, I was like, oh shit, they're doing House on Haunted Hill. Oh, I love Price in this opening.
Ah, yes, the future East Wing of the White House.
I love that delivery so much. You can just feel the bitter, bitchy hatred that line.
He is so good at being like just a catty bitch.
Oh my god, yeah. There's another movie he did with Christopher Lee, where they exchange bitchiness towards each other. He's so wonderful. But I don't know. It's as we indicated, we don't dislike this film anywhere near Frankenstein Island, and I respect it more than Alligator People.
Yeah.
It's not perfect. I don't know how a lot of like modern horror fans would approach this, like because they might kind of consider this cliched and not scary, but I think it's fun. It's a lot of spooky fun. Every once in a while, I'll watch this film to kind of just inhabit like a spooky vibe. I don't know. It's just nice. It's just nice the way it feels.
Yeah, I think this movie is a perfect Halloween movie. I think it's like this is a movie, and I wish this is going to be just a minor complaint. I really do wish we'd have this movie shown more in movies, because every time you get a public domain movie in like those movies where they're watching a Halloween movie, it's always Night of the Living Dead. And not to disrespect Night of the Living Dead, I just wish there are other. I wish we saw this movie on the actor screen. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. This actually would. Yeah. Living Dead seems to be the go. Well, I mean, it's such a big film, so I can see why. But this would be a great choice for that. I've even seen like shittier films, like The Brain That Wouldn't Die. I've seen used. I remember TV shows using that as Halloween flavor. But yeah, William Castle, boy, man, I dig his work. And he has this movie called The Night Walker, which is really creepy.
Yeah.
With Barbara Stanwyck, playing a woman kind of stalked by her creepy dead husband, and that dream logic has a lot to do with it. There's wonderful opening to it. I really like how some of Castle's films open. They did with this film.
It's a great jump scare. Like the first time I saw it, like it jolted me awake. That scream.
Exactly. That's a really good one. And then like Elijah Cook and Vincent Price load up at you and tell you basically what you're in for the movie. And he does that a couple times with some of his other films.
He definitely did that
kids,
with
we're doing spooky ghosts. Okay, kids, nightmares.
Yeah, like that intro for 13 Ghosts.
Yeah. Oh, 13 Ghosts is pretty fun.
Yeah. I think it's so weird because we're already having a better time than it's so crazy that we're having a better time here than we are with, for lack of a better word, yeah, Frankenstein Island. Like clearly, there's a lot more love for this movie. Yeah, I will say though that like it's kind of like the movie just throws you in the middle of it. Like there's just narration. There's no build up, and because I feel like Corman and Castle have a lot of crossover when it comes to a lot of like entertainment. Like Castle, I think we all remember him as the spooky, like the Funhouse guy.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people forget Castle was pretty talented when it came to, you know, how to shoot a movie on low budget in his own right.
Correct. And he was really good at building atmosphere, I think. And
like this opening scene is just perfect.
Yes. And Nightwalker does a really good job with that. Mr. Sardonica does that as well.
Yeah.
And the gimmick on that one was the audience gets to vote on whether a character lives or dies. And it's so funny because he didn't shoot two endings. He just always had the character die. And, you know, so I don't know. I would rather not. I can't believe anybody would vote to save this particular character in the movie. So I don't know. It's just such a fun troll because he stops the movie, comes in front of the camera, and go, "Okay, we're going to vote."
Yeah. Where is this building? I know it's like an actual place.
Yeah. And I think it's been used in other movies too. It's been used in TV shows and films. I cannot, and I'm never sure where the outside exterior has been used in different films and stuff. I think the interiors are a set. Matter of fact, I'm pretty certain the interiors are a set. But the outside has been used for countless shows and movies and stuff like that. There's some places in Los Angeles and California that, like, if you watch so many movies, especially like older ones, you'll like, oh, there's Branson Cave. There's this place. Like, oh, I know this. There's this. God, I don't know what it's called, but there's this couple of blocks of like industrial buildings and like just nothing streets that every, I think, city has. And I feel like I've seen this block in several cheap movies. But I like this actress too a lot, by the way. This conversation is really nice in setting up the relationship.
God, there's really, really damn good just camera work in here. It just feels unnatural.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, there's quite a bit of that coming up too, and you're right. Even with just this simple scene of two bitchy rich people.
Yeah. God, he is so good at delivering bitchiness.
Yeah. He also understood how to put texture in just any kind of dialogue.
I think the other thing that I think why Vincent Price is one of my favorite actors is probably because the dude understood the movie he was in. Like he understood the kind of movies he did. And I think and he never turned him down. Like he never like turned his nose up at his work.
And you know what? There's something really I really admire about him is like he worked and he kept busy, but very rarely he did it to his own he very rarely embarrassed himself. Like if you compare him to like John Carradine, who would just be anything. He was in Frankenstein Island, for God's sakes. He would just be in any piece of crap that was offered to him. And there's a few actors like that. Like Christopher Walken has gotten into that phase after a while.
Yeah.
But like him, like Price and Peter Cushing, they always elevated whatever material they were in.
Yeah, like the moment they like when you see Price or Cushing or even Lee step into a movie, you're like, oh, thank God. You're like, at least I'll have something. I mean, Boris Karloff kind of fell into the same camp as Carradine in some films.
Yeah.
But I feel like the difference between Karloff and Carradine was that you could clearly see Karloff is trying to give a damn.
Yeah. And between Karloff and Lugosi, like Karloff had the advantage of, in his own time, he was respected by those in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Where Lugosi, after a while, lost it.
Well, I think it's because
it was a tougher climb for him than it was for Karloff.
Well, I think it's the same reason why Cushing and Price got a lot of leeway with them. It's the same thing with Karloff, where he kind of just accepted the role and kind of knew where he was. Whereas like Lee and Lugosi had that same problem of I want to do other stuff outside of horror and not get typecast. And Hollywood fought punishes you if you don't hit their standard.
Yeah. Which I'll be honest, there are times where I have thought it would be cool to see Lugosi in particular roles. And Price was pretty decent. Like he hung around horror mostly after House of Wax. But he would occasionally do things. Witchfinder General was actually kind of a challenge for him.
Yeah, I watched a whole documentary on that on Dark Corners, and him and I can't remember the director's name, but him and Price did not get along.
They butted heads on it.
Yeah, because it was supposed to be what's his name? He played Loomis in Halloween. Donald Pleasance.
Yeah.
Donald Pleasance was supposed to be the character that Price got, but due to constraints or
stuff happens. And it really did challenge Price because it didn't allow him to do he didn't allow him to lean into his normal strengths. And he was just menacing and evil. And I mean, it turned out it's kind of still one of his best performances. Still, he's still making movies. It's turned out to be one of his best performances. Like it's really horrifying because you're not given, even when he plays evil villains, it's still fun. And this is not, he's not fun in that movie. He's terrifying and hateful.
I think what people forget about Price himself is that he's a trained Shakespearean actor. He carries himself even to his last film, Edward Scissorhands, as such.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what I also like about this movie is that this movie does not it's meant to be hokey and whatnot, but everyone plays it straight.
And I think that's a great point.
Yeah. No one here, you could clearly see that Vincent Price is chewing the scenery like bubble gum, but he's not being a joke.
Correct.
How Geoffrey Rush played it in the remake.
Yeah. This is a nice. I enjoy the setup, this build up of these characters. They have their own motivations. What exactly is going to happen here? Is this going to be like The Haunting, where they're scared and split up by spooky ghosts, or someone going to murder someone? I don't know. It's a nice walking of the line all the way up until the reveal, I think.
Yeah. I think both this movie and Haunting came out the same year, didn't they?
I'd have to check that. They're very similar, very close. And I haven't bothered to look up the history on the relationship between the two films, but I would not be surprised because Haunting was a book first, so I wouldn't be surprised if that was a direct influence on this one.
Yeah. God, I love like them walking through the house and talking about the murders. Like,
yeah,
it's such it's they're not playing it for laughs.
Yeah. It's all to build tension.
Yeah. I mean, the first time I saw this, I think I was 12 years old. And I was just feeling this tension. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
During these scenes.
How old was I? I had first heard about this film with Bravo's 100 Greatest Movie Scenes of All Time. You know, they covered this one in that series. And then when I started dating Lindsay, she had it. She had a few copies of this because it's public domain, and she had it on a couple of collections. And it was so much fun. I think it was. I can't remember if it was a Halloween night we watched it, but I've just enjoyed. I'll put this one in every so often. Really, I can't remember. Actually, I watched this about a week or two ago. Actually,
really,
because you and I had been talking about doing it, and that kind of got a bug in my ass. Like, maybe I should throw it in again.
Now,
I dropped the hat.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I was going to ask, have you ever seen the colorized version of this?
Yeah, but only through rip tracks. I don't think it's necessary.
I think it's better black and white. Like, I think
it is.
Yeah, I think it definitely like the shadows help kind of build the tension. Not to discredit the color, but I feel like you get more of the atmosphere in the black and white.
I'll discredit the color. I think it's just unnecessary, and it gives nothing to this. Like color should, I don't know, color should add something to like if you use it, but it doesn't. I don't know. There's so many movies I've seen colorized that's like, I don't know, just looks like somebody just crapped some not even good colors. Like it never looks better. And I understand there are people like, I can't watch black and white. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know how to address that. Like, like I don't know what's wrong with someone who can't sit down and just watch a black and white movie, or a foreign film or blah blah blah. I don't know. I don't know how to mess with that. Like, I don't know how to explain. Like, it's like being asked to explain breathing. Like, so I don't know. I just do it. But I don't know. It's not improved. But yeah, the only time I've ever watched it is they tend to do the color. They've done colorized versions of movies, and we're gonna be doing Carnival of Souls sooner or later, and that is an atrocity. Like, someone would fucking color that, because that movie is made to be black and white.
The clips I have seen, I'm like, who would want to color that movie?
I don't know. It's just amazing. Let's see. There is I can't remember if we've talked about this, but there's a famous story that Orson Welles had too great contract for Citizen Kane. Like, it was ridiculously good. And one of the contract stipulations was no one was allowed to make cuts to the film. No one except him. He would be the only one. And when Turner Broadcasting got really into colorizing everything, and they came to him they approached him because he was still alive when this was going on. And they asked him like, "Hey, can we colorize Citizen Kane?" And he wrote back, "Tell Ted Turner to keep his goddamn Crayolas off my film." That was it. That's all he had to say. Oh, back to the movie. I love these shots. Oh my god, the way she like comes back and forth to hear the spooky sounds. Because she is approached, and you know it's so funny. The staff is made to scare her, and I don't know who they're working for. Are they working for Price? Are they working for the wife?
I always thought it was the wife.
Yeah. I assumed it was the wife because the whole idea is to get her scared to the point of shooting Price. But he's well aware of this plan.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I've also thought like, oh, well, maybe he's like doing shit. But
there's also, I love the theory that like the ghosts were kind of manipulating the whole, like we're playing the whole game.
Yeah, it's it goes into the idea of like negative energy, and this is just adding to it, and you know, it's feeding off it, encouraging it, and I think that's a little bit. I think there's a little bit of that in The Shining, actually. That kind of concept.
Yeah. You know, again, we go back to my thing with The Haunting in this movie is that you see there's kind of this same thing of like trying to science and logic the ghosts.
Yeah.
And it also, there's like borderline gaslighting with the main female character.
Oh my god, this character, she just is just manipulating second one into doing what they want. Like, I mean, she's basically a chess pawn in between, you know, these characters. Where everyone else is kind of figuring out what to do, what's going on. With the exception of the doctor, of course, who's like all in on this. But like, you know, the potential love interest guy, he doesn't have a clue. And he'll become less important as the story goes on too.
Yeah. Also, if you're probably watching this movie, we have done a little spoilers here and there, but like this movie's old and in public domain. You've probably seen it.
Yeah, watching commentaries with the movie first is never a great idea.
I've seen that before. It's like, why did you spoil the movie?
Like, this is not a good way to watch. I enjoy watching commentaries and reactions. I always watch the film first. I always watch the TV show first. Plus, also, like, it's not fun to listen to people talking when you're trying to watch something new. Time for juggling. Yeah.
I'm sorry, like I lost my train of thought, but like the whole scene, the scenes. Again, I cannot stop talking about the cinematography in this movie. I think it's Castle knew how to be like entertaining, like even in the shots.
Oh, one of my favorite ones is coming up. Actually, is this bit with looking for the ghosts and knocking on the wall.
Yeah,
because I heard Tom Savini talking about this scene on the Bravos miniseries, and I'll get into that in a second after we get to that scene.
Yeah. Savini, I love Tom Savini's story of him leaving the army and doing makeup. It's funny and dark at the same time.
Yeah.
But I want to have this scene play out.
Yeah.
I'm here to tell you about your car's extended warranty.
Quiet down there. Oh, yeah.
And you know, in weird retrospect, it shouldn't work. That jump scare shouldn't work.
Yeah, it's I how I think I don't like explaining the joke, but I think why that works so well is because they kind of like explain and test things and walk you to the jump scare. Where they're going, okay, the ghost is here, let's like knock here, and you're kind of just watching them, getting interested in just seeing them, and your brain kind of just like gets a little comfortable as you're watching, and then it zooms up to her, and then she unnaturally walks out, and that's something Tom Savini was talking about when he was talking about the scene, because he was very impressed with, like, there's no gore, any real like elaborate effects, but it's just simple tension, and that's what that scene does. And you know what? I did not think about this until we just watched it right now. Have you ever seen Mulholland Drive?
Actually, no, I haven't.
Without giving anything away, there is a similar scene in that film where the characters kind of explain and walk you to the jump scare, and the jump scare still works. Huh. And I did not think, you know, I that's what I really liked about the scene in Mulholland Drive, but I didn't really kind of think, like, it's kind of what Castle does in that scene. Like, you know, they take the time, they, you know, knock on the walls, they like, oh, hey, where's the spooky ghost? And they turn around like, oh, it's the spooky ghost. Like, it's really nicely set and paced.
Yeah. It's the same thing of like that after scene of the ghost being wheeled out after doing the scary face. It should be the goofiest shit ever, right?
And retroactively, sorry, spoilers, but now that you know that wasn't a ghost, it's a woman. Like, was she on a little platform and the other guy like pulled her out?
I like to imagine that.
See that? Yeah. So I don't know. It's
so I guess,
and they don't Scooby-Doo it. They don't explain how they fake the ghost stuff.
Yeah, I kind of like that. I like the ambiguity.
Yeah. Like, yeah, they were faking it, but like, we don't have to tell you.
Yeah. In regards to Tom Savini's war story, it involves a duck. It's a great. I love it. Basically, he was a war photographer, as you know.
Yeah.
But he was put one night on bunker duty, and he got high as giraffe pussy one night.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially what had happened was he and his bunkmates all got high and heard like sounds coming from the jungle. So they thought they were getting attacked. They thought they were getting invaded and immediately opened fire. Well, the other bunkers go off and are like, holy crap, we're under attack. So every bunker in that defensive line starts opening fire, throwing grenades, and tearing things away. It was a duck. So obviously you unload that much ammo into the jungle, the higher ups are going to hear it. Yeah. So a major comes down and talks to Tom, and he goes, what was that all about? And he goes, there was an ambush. By what? A duck. Did you get and the first thing the major says, he's like, huh, did you get the duck? And then he goes, no, sir. Yeah, the duck lived. They tear apart. It's like that scene in Predator where they just tear apart the jungle and hit nothing.
That's so fun. I've never heard that story before. That's really funny.
Well, here's the sad part. Because now we have the sad part. He was sent back home, not dishonorably discharged. he was just sent back to like I think Guam or some other base. But unfortunately, 2 weeks after he was disrotated out of that base, Viet forces came in and slaughtered every one of his friends.
Oh wow!
So, according to Tom Savini, he never eats duck because of that reason.
Yeah. Well, I mean, how often do you get to eat duck anyway? But yeah, that's crazy. That's a crazy story.
Yeah.
And let's see. Oh yeah, back to the movie. It's really interesting watching her like gaslight him as well. Like it's yeah. Most of the attention is put on her, but like they are kind of manipulating the other characters. The only one really they don't really focus very much on is the society reporter. There's a little bit of that at first of kind of getting her on board with, hey, there's spooky ghosts here, to kind of create like a balance, I guess. And of course, the owner is like very helpful.
Yeah. It does make me wonder. I think one of the detriments is that there's one or two characters that feel like they don't really belong here. like I feel like they didn't know, like Castle wanted a bigger
film.
X amount of stuff to do with where he's like just casually threatening her.
Oh my god.
It's so great that he could just turn, or that Price can just turn on the charm and then go right to Sinister.
I know, it's so good.
Have you ever watched just on a? I'm sorry, on going another sidebar, but like, have you ever seen any of his? Have you seen his cooking show?
I have not seen his cooking show. Is it available on YouTube?
You can find some episodes on YouTube. I have cooked some of his recipes. They are amazing.
Okay, I have not seen that. That would be great. I'll see if I can find that. Lindsay's a big Vincent Price guy. I would definitely see if I could show that to her.
Yeah.
I'd occasionally like sought out interviews with him. On Tubi, there's a Dick Cavett episode dedicated to him. Oh no, ahead.
I ain't got nobody. They just terrorized this poor girl for this entire movie.
Yeah, it's a rough night for her.
That $10,000 went right to therapy. I swear to God.
I don't know. I'd probably still do it for 10 today.
And that would just be covering a month's rent.
Yeah.
How
much? Hold on. I'm actually now curious about that.
About the like how much 10,000.
Yeah. What's the year of this film?
1959.
Okay. 1959. What today? Let's see. Oh, whoa! What? That can't be real.
What?
$100,000. That feels fake. That feels too much. On American Institute for Comic Research. Oh wait. Let's see. All right. 1959. Okay. 10. Okay, let's see what we get here. Lance Schroeder.
Yeah, I love the rules, by the way. He gives all these, like, if one of you dies, then, the other shares will go to you. And if I die, all the money goes to that person. I'd have, like, in this economy, I'd have killed everyone already by now.
My plan worked.
No, like Vincent just comes in, is like, "Oh my god, what have you done?" I took care of it before the ghost did. No, it was supposed to teach you about. It was supposed to be a social experiment.
I was just going to give you all the money.
Oh, well, this is awkward. Full disclosure, I ate that Pritchard guy. You ate him? Oops. Yeah.
You'd have to eat him. But all right, according to Google, that would be around $100,000 today, and like 100, like 100,100 and like 11. I don't know. It's like that seems even for today's economy, that still seems a lot.
Yeah. I wonder what the 50,000 would be.
Oh, that'd be like $8 trillion. This is a little off topic, but my wife and I were watching a couple years ago. We were watching the sitcom Rhoda. We were just going through those episodes, and that's a mid-70s sitcom, like 74 or something like that. And one episode is dealing with a problem where they're trying to find an apartment. She and her boyfriend are trying to find an apartment, and they're the cheapest place they can find in New York City that they're trying to struggle to afford is $500 a month. Which is like,
you ever watch like those? Have you ever watched like old McDonald's commercials where it's like all the meal deals they had?
Yeah,
it just pisses me off.
It does piss me off. It's ridiculous. We have been screwed. Let's see. What was it? Blurred Without Fear was talking about this, like, in just one of his chats. Like, he mentioned that he took his kid to McDonald's and had a couple value meals, and it was like over $20. And it was like, what the fuck is that about? Like, these are the value meals? Like, you might as well just go to a restaurant.
I love that little subtle move of her holding the gun to it. He's just like, no. Also, they're all just waving the guns around, and the safety's off on all of them.
Yep. Yeah, it's like Clue with no imagination on the pieces. I don't know. You all get guns.
Like, she's just talking to everyone just so casually, and she's holding this gun pointed, and it's aimed at, she just slips her finger. Pritchard's brains are all over the wall.
I know. It's what I imagine going over a Republican family's house during Christmas. Like, oh, hey, how you doing? We got the bathroom this way, and we got food this way.
Oh, don't mind Donnie. He's just playing with his new Christmas toy. Blam! We lost the cat.
Yeah. Hey, get some drinks in here. There's a funny moment in Plan 9 from Outer Space where a cop character constantly gestures with his gun.
Yeah.
Good Lord. Okay, I can tell you're an actor who's never held a real gun before. because you're gesturing with it.
This movie should be called House on Gaslighting Hill, because good God.
Yeah, no kidding. I'd love one. Well, you're right. You clearly don't need a sedative.
All right, I'll come back with a martini. Maybe that'll help.
You let the sedatives go, man.
I mean, I know this is an era of like we still equate women's health to like her emotions, but come on.
I know he's really pushing that. Of course, he's obviously in on it, so he's doing that.
Yeah, but like at the time, it's like if you first watch this movie, you wouldn't realize that. You'd probably be thinking, "Why?" Like, Doc. And then it's kind of fun going back and watching this movie. Then it's like you understand why, like the character motivations.
And you know what? This is kind of this is kind of a murder mystery in reverse, where it's leading up to a murder. And the clues are watching the characters like interact, and where's this all going? And because it's like leans into the ghost stuff, like you forget, like you're not thinking about it being a potential murder mystery. Like, who's going to kill who? I don't know. I don't know. This is one of those movies where it really feels simple as hell, but like the more you think about it, the more complex it gets.
Yeah, it's also interesting to note that like the movie doesn't feel like it starts until this point, like when they're throwing the party at midnight, because like keep in mind we have just been here for an hour, like almost an hour. So it feels like it's like an act 2 almost.
Correct. Yeah.
The wallpaper design in here is awful.
Stupid 50s designs.
No, well, I just.
What am I looking at?
This isn't the bathroom.
Okay.
I won't fall for you again, opener. Everyone, I found some head. Oh, there's the missing head to my sex doll.
Yep.
Let me ask you.
Hell? And this is really nice tension, because he's worried about her, Nora, not suspecting
any of this. Like, again, like there's great camera work in here with him running up the stairs, and then, oh, what's this rope? Oh my God.
Yeah. Like Castle does a lot of like layering and storytelling with the camera. That's actually a good point.
Yeah. I would not.
What was it? Was it Nora? Oh no.
Let me ask you this. Do you think like Castle's cinematography in like it really does feel like an A24 movie sometimes in cinematography alone?
Oh, that's interesting.
Like I would not be shocked if like a young like Robert Eggers probably watched a William Castle movie and was like,
I do think Castle has probably influenced more filmmakers than people would suspect, because I don't know, his name kind of gets lost in the mainstream when talking about like formative filmmakers. Like he was trying to, he was basically kind of competing with Hitchcock. Uh, and Hitchcock is definitely someone who A24 would definitely have tried.
God, I don't know what it is, but this whole thing of him walking down the hallway, is so well shot. It is. And then boom, we get almost like a borderline jump scare with Nora, just in hysterics.
Correct, and he really does an interesting job, particularly with this film, but with some of his others, where he's kind of taking, I don't know, his films feel like a slight step away from the way traditional films and TV shows were shot.
Yeah.
Where it's, pretty plainly shot. And then he lets the camera, like, tell these different reveals.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course we get like, oh man, like, he killed Lauren and stuff like that. Oh, it's just nice.
Yeah. I'm when you were comparing like Castle and Hitchcock, and I'm sorry to cut you off. I just love that transition of the camera work of him going down.
Oh,
and
it's nice.
Yeah, but like as I was like trying to say, it almost feels like almost like a Kubrick scene with that walking down the hallway, because it almost feels like you can like almost like an optical illusion where the hallway looks like it's getting bigger or longer.
Yeah.
I also just this scene of him, as you were saying, like that kind of comparison to Hitchcock and Castle, I think that's pretty apt.
Yeah, and I think it's decently documented that Hitchcock informed Castle. Like Castle did kind of like, because like also the way Castle presented himself, like he would present his movies. He would sometimes show up on them. He would like be in the trailers and do like, he was kind of a showman. And he was directly competing with Hitchcock, who was also a showman. Hitchcock was one of the first major directors that kind of became like a star in and of themselves. Like you didn't go, you went to see a Hitchcock film. I mean, it's called we call them Hitchcock films. We don't call them like Sean Connery films, or people don't call Vertigo like a Jimmy Stewart film first. And so on and so forth. Like, yeah, Jimmy Stewart's in that film. He's in a couple of Hitchcock films, but people call them Hitchcock films first.
Yeah. But I will say Castle was less of a. All reports say Castle was way less of a jerk.
Yeah, that's safe bet.
And also way less of a creep.
Yes, but like Castle was interesting because what he did kind of like use, what he could. He used like a lot of like stagecraft and with the Tingler, and this film had skeletons in theaters, stuff like that. House on Haunted Hill, I think, out of the gimmicks that he used, I think this one stands up without the gimmick the best. Because the gimmick was basically, in theater only and didn't really interrupt the film like some of his other gimmicks.
Yeah,
like I mentioned, Sardonicus, like he literally stops the film, shows up on screen, and go, "Hey, you want to kill this guy?"
Or the scene with the Tingler going into the movie theater.
Yeah, that was incorporated a little better because it happens in a movie theater, and Price yells at the audience in the theater, but also at the people in the theater watching the movie. It's really nice and meta the way they do that. I have wondered what Castle would be doing today.
And I feel like if
what would he be doing the internet and social media and streaming, like what would he be doing?
I think he would absolutely be detesting AI.
Well, yeah, that's a pretty safe bet.
Yeah. First, I mean, that's the obvious bet, but like, I think what he would like to do is, I feel like Castle would love to play with CGI a lot more, not AI, but CGI. And I think he would also really love 3D. I think he would really love I guarantee you, if William Castle existed in the height of the 3D era of movies, like that started with Avatar, there would be like 5 William Castle 3D movies a year in that time frame.
I'm curious about that because he did live in the first era of 3D in the 50s. But I think that was probably petering out by this is 59. I mean, 3D was becoming less of a thing at that point.
Yeah. I think the other thing he would do is... Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, no. What were we saying?
I was going to say he'd probably do 4D as well. Like, he would definitely play with 4D theaters. I think, like, you know how we have 4D IMAX theaters? I think he would be pioneering that.
13 Ghosts. 13 Ghosts isn't exactly a 3D film, but are you familiar with the gimmick on that one?
Yeah, the special glasses that let you see the ghosts. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. I'm sure he would do kind of something like that. Lindsay and I went to a showing of the original 13 Ghosts, and the people who were showing it made glasses. They actually custom made replicas of the original glasses for the audience. It was really fun. They made it look like, they did their best to make it look like, the original glasses. They got the materials to recreate them. And it really added to the experience. It was kind of fun. You could like look through the glasses and see the ghosts and like, look around them and not see them and stuff like that. And it was a lot of fun. It was a really cool way of doing it. Because a lot of the gimmicks he did was competing with TV. Television was the big threat to cinema during this time that this movie's coming out in 59.
Yeah.
So
it's back then it was like literally streaming killing movie theaters now.
Exactly. And it's doing a more harm than TV because I think cinema figured it out very quickly how to compete with TV. But streaming has been more difficult. And I'd be curious to see what he would do in the age of streaming.
I think he'd detest it.
I think, or I don't know if he would like embrace it and do something gimmicky with streaming, or do what he did in the 50s versus TV. Nobody is doing this shit anymore. Nobody's doing any kind of like in theater, because first off, like, look, if you're showing Scream 7 in a few thousand theaters at Regal and AMC and stuff like that, and these places employ people making minimum wage who just are working there and don't give a shit. Like, are they going to create like an atmosphere like, oh, you have to run through the theater at this moment and really perform it and sell it? Like, no, a lot of people wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
And that's the complication with doing in theater gimmicks is they have to be performed by people in order to get it to actually appropriately work. Which is why they're so rarely done.
It's kind of it's a very lost art.
It is.
Yeah.
And I think the last gimmick I'm aware of is the one for Clue. Which was like, and it backfired because they like, oh, hey, there'll be 3 alternate endings. And they were thinking like, oh, we'll take up more screen time and more screens in theaters, and people will go see the movie multiple times to see all the endings. but it backfired because people are like, nah, I'll just watch this one. I don't know. It seemed to hurt the movie more than it actually helped. And now they just, whenever you watch the movie, it has all three endings. So I think that's kind of the last gasp of and that of course doesn't count for Rocky Horror, which is a thing of its own.
Yeah.
And now we get. By the way, this is one of my favorite sequences in the film, where I think Lance comes up with the solution. Like, okay, let's just go in our rooms and lock the doors until dawn.
Like, that's the most logical idea.
Yeah, like if anybody tries to kill the other, well, then they'll just out themselves as the killer. Of course, we have to get them out, but like, yeah, that's the obvious solution to this problem.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to be bored as hell, but like, you'll be alive.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely the suggestion I would make. Like, okay, we're locked in here. There might be a killer. All right, let's get in our bedrooms.
Yeah. Also, I hate that the Pritchard character 3 times calls the guns revolvers.
Yeah, that's of its time.
But I'm like,
that's
not a revolver, sir. That is that is a Colt. That is a pistol. Yeah. There is a massive difference.
Yeah, back in the day, that was kind of, it could have been written in the script as a revolver, and the props, came in and they were, the other gun.
That could be the case. I mean, these were low budget movies. They probably only had so much in the prop department.
Yeah, like I couldn't get 6 revolvers, but I could get these.
All right, just as long as we remember to change the script at the last. God damn it,
we forgot.
This is such an would you be shocked if this movie helped inspire Scooby-Doo?
Scooby-Doo had a whole bunch of influences, and this film is only 10 years older than Scooby-Doo. So yeah, I would not be surprised that it was in the conversation.
Yeah.
But yeah, Scooby-Doo, I feel like, has so many different influences, and you can just kind of pick up on a few just by watching episodes, particularly early episodes.
Yeah. What also drives me nuts is that Lance comes up with the idea that he immediately goes to Nora's room.
Yeah, I know. Well, going to Nora's room is not a bad idea in and of itself either.
But like that and I don't think they mentioned it, but like, Lance, that rule you just put up, if you try to come into our room, we'll suspect you to be the killer.
Mm-hmm. Well, then I won't kill anybody. That's how I'll do that.
Yeah, I could just be asking you for a cup of sugar. I mean, why would the killer come up with the idea of protecting ourselves?
Yep. Yeah, I didn't think of that, did you?
And then someone goes, yeah, but at the same time, you'd also try. Wouldn't this be you trying to keep yourself as not as a suspect as the killer?
Love the shadows, by the way, on that door, like indicating bars, like he's trapped.
Yeah.
Ugh. I'm sure he'll be back in another hour, maybe.
What up, ghosts? It's me, your boy Lance.
Oh man, this scene. I love this scene. Because when I first saw this, like, oh, okay, this is Ghosts. But God, because I don't know, I just love the simple ways she like hovers in.
Yeah. And like it keeps you guessing much. And again, I'm going back to the comparison with The Haunting. It does keep you guessing for a good while.
Yeah. Although now that you know retroactively that she's faking this, how is she faking that rope?
Like, yeah, that's what I've always wondered. Is like, how are you exactly having the rope around, go into the bars and wrap around Nora's feet?
Yeah, like how the hell, man? Like that's really good ingenuity.
And like, how is she floating in the air? And it like, also, I'm convinced
she's up on the second floor, right?
Yeah,
and then she had to run back over here.
Yeah, I'm also convinced that
bolt.
Yeah, I'm also convinced this probably played a scene in Stephen King's Salem's Lot. This whole window scene.
You know, I assume that's the doctor with the monster head.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which actually, the more I think about that, that seems kind of funnier.
I got my glove.
Yeah, he's got the glove on.
Oh shit, that was my cue. Come on, get off. This is what I get for buying it at Spirit Halloween.
Man. Yeah, they didn't even Scooby-Doo us where we see the doctor like peel the glove off. That would have been.
And then yeah, you're right. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no. There is no smoking in your Metrodome. But you know, this part isn't explained. Like, I mean, that could easily be some kind of player organ or something like that. But yeah, there's a couple of moments where it's like, wait, are ghosts kind of around this whole situation? I don't know. I just really like. I like that aspect where it's fairly ambiguous.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, the main murder plot is fake, but like, there seems to be shit circling.
Like something's watching. Like,
yeah. Where the remake goes all in.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on the remake?
I think it's fine. I think that and 13 Ghosts are fine. They're just big dumb movies that I wish were better.
Yeah.
That's kind of it. And to be honest, like considering the era they came out in, where there was a lot of like torture porn, it's like okay, I guess I'll take these crappy over the top remakes versus torture porn, because at least they both at least had a sense of fun to them.
Yeah.
And I remember the marketing campaign specifically for 13 Ghosts, because they came out with their own website, and each of the ghosts were spotlighted on the site, like, you know, explaining their lords.
Because God knows they didn't get it in the movie.
Nope. So yeah, they used the website and the marketing campaign to kind of pitch, you know, the backstories of all these spooky ghosts. And I don't know, I just wish the movie was more about that, because they did a lot of good work on those characters.
Yeah.
Haha! It was her all along.
Oh damn it! I was ready for some necrophilia.
By the way, I forgot this actress's name, but she's also in a movie called Spider Baby.
Oh, that's I knew she looked familiar. Yeah,
I like her a lot. She hasn't been in. She wasn't in too many movies that I remember, but she does tend to play very similar type of characters.
She has a very Bond girl appearance to her, right? Does that sound weird?
Yeah. Oh, that feels better getting that off. Let's go.
You went from Vincent Price to this schmuck. It feels like a downgrade.
Yeah, that's definitely a downgrade. And if you've ever seen any other movies, you learn that you should never cross Vincent Price. Never piss him off in a movie.
You are not you are not the top billing character in this movie. You ain't getting out of it.
Yeah, no kidding, man.
Yeah.
You're in a movie and you double cross Vincent Price? Do you want to die? Never do that.
Even when he's the hero.
Yeah. He'll spend whole movies getting back at people.
Have you not watched Theater of Blood?
Yeah. Man, I love Theater of Blood.
It is such a fun movie.
That's a great movie. And I have a remake pitch.
Really?
Theater of Blood. Yeah. YouTube critics.
Yeah. And
how
I would say,
amazing would that be? Like if you have analogs for Channel Awesome,
yeah,
the nostalgia critic and like real like let's see, like conservative critics and stuff like that, like, and you have this like old timey cheesy actor getting back at him. It's great.
Like a Robert Englund or Jeffrey Combs.
Maybe something like that. Yeah.
I like turning the wheel.
Okay. You should have a railing.
There really should be at least like a cross guard or something, or
steal that up or drain it. Like, Jesus Christ, what an horrifying danger that is.
Also, how is that not eaten through the pipes? That much acid would have corroded into the rest of the pipes in the lower part of the room.
Yeah, I mean, after a while, yeah. I don't know. I guess it's like the way it was built. I guess maybe it's concrete.
Also, how the fuck do you get that much acid into one spot? I don't think they explained it.
Yeah, because that's to the rim.
Yeah,
that's.
How did you get gallons of acid into that? Did you put the acid in that room before building the rest of the house, or what?
Yeah. Because it keeps eating through the buckets. How are we gonna get it in there?
I just had the best image of like some guys trying to take buckets and it keeps melting out at the bottom, and they just like throw empty ones, like, not again.
Oh, damn it.
Remember what we said about crossing Vincent Price?
That's right. Never do it.
Because he'll kill you theatrically. Huh. I'm just going to stand precariously next to this vat of acid.
Well, if there's a skeleton in there with the mustache, I'm probably dead.
Oh, no. That's right. My love, I have a bone to pick with you. I'm feeling a little weightless.
Now, I haven't seen a recreation of this in theaters, so I assume at this point, the skeleton would be like thrown through like an audience, maybe on a wire or something like that.
Yeah,
that would be my assumption.
I think it was like one long go from one end of the theater to the other. Also, how does he make Castle make something so goofy as this shit kind of scary?
Yeah. All in presentation. You know, he is lucky that she didn't just like attack the skeleton.
Yeah.
Like, oh damn. Didn't have a plan B. I do think this might have been a little bit better shot of her backing into the acid. Like, you know, don't really show us that she's like on the edge.
Yeah. And then, like, everything just stops after that because it's a great break of tension.
Yeah, yeah.
It's and then here comes Vincent. Also, how did he hide the string? That many strings. Like, also, you have to imagine how fast did he put this all together? What if she came down and he's like midway putting the marionette, like trying to untangle all the strings and shit?
Yeah, I know. Also, the acid did not eat that string.
Yeah.
Like it eats human flesh and meat.
And also it didn't eat the plastic skeleton.
Yeah.
Could you just imagine like it bloopering through? It's like, oh shit, hang on. Oh shit, I forgot the string. How did he also perfectly put the skeleton into the vat of acid and also like perfectly time everything else?
Yeah. Eh. God damn it.
I forget I forgot contributes nothing to this movie. I forget she's here.
Yeah.
Dude, did you just commit to a double homicide?
Rich and white. Well, you're rich and white. I don't see any problem.
Yeah. Oh, but he did kill two other white people.
He's getting away with this.
Yeah.
Also, you know, he's getting away with it. And he does have a good case too. I mean,
it was
they were trying to murder me. Yeah. It gets a little gray when it feels like he co-plotted against them. For you. I love that ending.
It's such an abrupt ending too.
Yeah. Although that's pretty, I'm pretty used to that with old movies. Like old movies, man, so many old movies were like, the end, fuck you, get out.
We're running out of film.
We're not going to show you. Yeah, we're not going to show you 11 minutes of credits and post-credit end scenes. Like, fuck you, leave.
Yeah, you know, it's funny when I first saw this movie and it had that ending of him like looking directly at the camera, like then it'll be your turn. It always freaked me out just a little bit because I wasn't used to like characters breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah. Particularly in horror, and that's always fun. I've seen they used to do that a lot more in older movies. They don't really do that so much anymore, and it's always neat. It's either creepy or at least can't be fun. And I don't know. And with this particular case, I always forget like his last lines. And it's like, oh yeah, they'll come for you. It's so nice. It's like, oh yeah, that's right. I will die. Uh, that's true. Holy crap! Did this spooky haunted house movie make creep me out
Maybe
over real life as existential issues?
no, if it was in this day and age, it would be like, and then and then you had to pay your rent.
Ugh. Oh.
Or there's no health care.
Yep. God. Yeah. Maybe, I don't know. How far are we away from other countries doing horror movies like that? You have to live in America with no health care. Everyone has a gun.
The entirety of the population has been normalized to cruelty. Ooh, that one felt real.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like we're only a couple of years away because I feel like, I don't know, the rest of the world's going, you know what? Do you like America? Like, hey, France, do you really like America? We don't talk about this. They're jerks, right?
France is like, we're in a situationship with America, all right?
Yeah. And, like Switzerland's going to Japan. Like, yeah, you know what? They are kind of jerks.
Yeah. Canada's like, hey, man, I'm just the roommate, all right? I'm not.
Oh, yeah, man. I just, I try to be nice. I live above them.
They're just always shouting.
God, I live in an apartment building, and I live in apartments, and like, man, I've had so many downstairs neighbors just like America, like, constantly yelling, not caring about anybody else in the building. Yeah, it's pretty tip. I guess I feel I can relate and sympathize with Canada a lot. Oh, but hey, that was a fun movie. I like that movie a lot.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't do a lot of riffing, but it was more like just kind of loving the movie.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Look, my bias is going to just show the more we do these for the movies I have respect for and don't. That's just it. Like, I can't like riff tracks and like riff a good movie.
And arguably, House on Haunted Hill is a good movie.
Like, yeah, I think it is. I would make that case. I think we made that case while we were talking. And here's the thing: you can riff good movies and great movies, but I don't know. I just feel like you're competing with the movie more.
Yeah.
When it's objectively good or great. And let's see, if you're doing a weak riff, just kind of seeming like a jerk.
Yeah.
So, because there's a couple of riff tracks. There's a couple of riff tracks episodes out there that don't involve like the MST3K creators. There's a couple, I can never remember their names, but there's a couple of British comedians that are on a couple of riff tracks episodes, and they do, I think it's Message from Space, and it's like kind of like Message from Space better than your riffing. and one of the British guys also do Horror Express with Lee and Cushing, which is, to me, I think that's a great movie. And
I think it's a great movie too.
And their riffing is not great. So it's like, that's annoying.
Have you ever heard this rumor about Horror Express? That it was a unused script for a Doctor Who episode.
Oh, I have not heard that. That makes sense. That it does feel like a Doctor Who story.
Like, you could literally just replace Cushing and Lee with Tom Baker.
Yeah. Well, Cushing did play a.
He played a version of the Doctor for Amicus. Yeah.
So, that's interesting. It does have a Doctor Who vibe to it, to the story.
Yeah.
But I did. Yeah, I haven't heard that rumor before. I love. I think that film is also public domain. If you want to do that one in the future.
I did do it for a live stream viewing one night.
Oh, you did? Okay, I missed that one.
I would love.
Horror Express.
Yeah, Horror Express is good. Have you ever seen Cat and the Canary?
No, I have not seen that one.
Oh, we might have to do that one next. It's a really good. It's a good old dark house movie. It's a silent era movie.
Okay, I have not seen it.
Yeah. It's been called like it was a Universal Picture movie, and it's a great atmospheric dark film. It's of the silent era. I think it's very underrated. And I think that it was also an inspiration for James Whale's Old Dark House film. And it's kind of credited as a inspiration for House on Haunted Hill.
Mm-hmm. So I have not seen that one. I'm sure it's public domain, so it's pretty easy to find.
It is, yeah.
I'll ask Lindsay if she's seen it. She's watched a little more silent horror than I have.
Yeah. What about? It's either, like I would like, because again, like Too Bad, Too Good. I'm thinking either Cat and the Canary or Phantom of the Opera.
Ooh, for the next one?
Yeah.
Why don't we do Cat and the Canary? Because I haven't seen that one.
Okay.
What I want to do is I want to watch it first. So I can get kind of my bearings on it. I kind of don't want to do reactions. I'd rather,
of course,
I'd rather kind of get a sense of the movie, because I want you to watch Carnival of Souls before we do a commentary on it. Because I think when you're talking, you're not really paying attention, even if it's a silent movie. So I kind of like to get my bearings on it.
I understand. Yeah. You could, that movie's public domain. You can literally find it on, quite literally, anywhere on YouTube.
Yeah. I'll search out the movie this week.
Yeah. And I don't think, we haven't done a silent era movie yet.
Oh yeah. I tend to have a hard time investing in silent movies, particularly when they're dramas. When they're comedies or horrors, I can focus a little bit. But I've seen a couple of dramas in silent, and it's really kind of hard for me to, pay attention if the silent drama movie is too long or something like that. Like if it's sci-fi, like Metropolis or horror. Or even comedy, that's a different story. That keeps you more engaged. But man, I've seen a couple of silent dramas and oof.
Okay.
Like like a spooky old house movie. Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Never mind. You want?
No, I was just gonna say that movie. It's weird because I know these movies are public domain, but I have physical copies of Phantom and Nosferatu, and people always ask me, why do you have why did you drop like $25 on these movies you can get public domain? And I say, there's great, especially the Kino Labor cuts of Nosferatu and Phantom. There's some great special features. B, it doesn't matter if it's public domain. I want to keep it as a physical thing because God knows one day this you could lose it on streaming or the internet.
And also, I would argue too, if you own it on physical media, you have the choice of finding someone who did great care in preserving it. Because I've seen public domain films with bad print, they're public domain. So if you find a crappy print, who cares? I got it. I put it on DVD or put it on streaming, and
both of them
money on. But there will be distributors who will take the time to make sure they have a good print or clean it up. And on DVD, Criterion has Carnival of Souls, for instance. They got like commentaries and background information. Like, you get the full experience with the movie. And
Kino
I've seen,
Labor
yeah,
did the 4K restorations for Phantom and Nosferatu, and I think they're great.
And there's a Metropolis. There's a couple of Metropolis restorations out there where they include missing scenes, or they didn't have the footage, so they do kind of like what they fill it in the best they can. There's a couple of these versions aren't public domain because they did the work to do these new editions of them. So there's a couple of these restored versions that aren't public domain. They're actually owned by the people who restored them, which I don't know. I guess is complicated, but it kind of matters, like, frankly, because I have seen as a Mystery Science Theater fan, I have seen, like, in old episodes, like, really terrible prints of a couple of the movies they did, and I will see the movie later on in a much better print, and like, wow, this looks so much better. I don't know if the Magic Sword is public domain, but that's a great MST3K episode, and I'm used to how it looks. And Riff Tracks recently did a version of the Magic Sword, and the version they did for Riff Tracks, jeez, like, it looks so much better. Like, it looks really pretty. Compared to like the Mystery Science Theater cut of it.
Yeah, I think I do like that. I do like when these movies are being preserved, and because it's like it's history that we could lose, and we have lost a lot of these films.
We have, yeah. I would love to see what is it? The Lon Chaney vampire movie, London After Midnight. But we can't.
It's a white whale. Like, and people have said, like, I know a lot of people have a lot of hope, even though that film cut was destroyed of London After Midnight. And people always say, oh, we found the full complete version of this movie in like garage in Portugal or something like that. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm always like, in fact, when I was talking to Antonia Carlotta, the grandniece of Carl Laemmle, the creator of Universal Studios, she and her mom actually discovered a lost Universal silent film in their house.
Yeah. And wasn't Nosferatu like lost media for a little while?
There were parts of it. Like, there was an incomplete version that was shown, and then I think the 19 complete.
Yeah. I think sometime in the 70s. It was discovered. Hey, let's see. I think you cut off a little bit there, so I think probably we should maybe wrap this up before we lose the stream.
Is fighting me.
Yeah. All right, so you there?
I think the internet is trying to tell us to get off the damn the damn thing. So
yeah, I think the internet is giving us the
probably
light.
Bounce.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Manos, thank you so much for doing this. I know we had to fight with the internet a lot on this commentary. Technical difficulties did abound. So I apologize to everyone watching this. But again, Manos, thank you so much for sticking out with me on this one.
No problem. This was fun. I love this movie.
Yeah. And I it's like, you're the few people I get to talk about these types of movies with that has like a appreciation and understanding of, like, these type like Castle, silent era films, Amicus, Hammer, all of these type. You're like the only person I know who has a love and appreciation for these types of classic films that I do.
Yeah. And I love introducing them to people, and because some people are a little wary of them for a multitude of reasons. And I like doing my best to kind of pitch them, reintroduce them to people.
Yeah. Well, other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. And yeah, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the multiverse.